Jude Bellingham, Phil Foden and Harry Kane cannot play together. They are the rather unwise words of England manager Thomas Tuchel. Helping me now dissect this suggestion from Thomas Tuchel is a wonderful JCC and honour, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm annoyed.
Not happy with that news, are you?
Not really. There is a theory that this could be true. For far too many years, England have picked on reputation over form.
Yeah.
And it hasn't done us any favours. But I'm also now very worried that this is the foundation being laid for Thomas Tuchel to justify leaving an icon like Jude Bellingham out of the England team.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a weird thing to say. I don't think you need to say it. You just create problems for yourself. But he's chose to say it, so that's why we're here discussing it. I feel like he might be right, though. I don't see in big tournament football Rice, Bellingham in a pivot with Foden in front, being a midfield that can run again. You look at the big teams that win competitions, they often have that pivot. So obviously Spain have Rodri, brilliant player. But even when he was out injured, you got Zubamendi sitting in there, Busquets going back. It's not often a super. You don't just put three superstars into the same midfield and win a tournament.
No, but out of the three players that we're discussing here, who do you consider to be the undroppable superstar?
Jude Bellingham's undroppable for England.
See, that's what I think.
Jude Bellingham's undroppable. I tell you what, actually, I'm so bored of the narrative of this. Like, should Jude be in the England team? Is he this? Oh, is he a bad attitude? It's boring. What are we doing? He's 22-year-old Real Madrid's best player last season or 2 seasons back. He's scored overhead kicks in knockout football tournaments for England. He's got 45, 50 caps at 22 years old. Like, can we just grow up? Yeah. Like, he's obviously the first name on the team sheet. Okay. He just is. You build it around Jude Bellingham.
You now have a problem here, sir, because everything that you've said I agree with, but I know for sure that Thomas Tuchel, out of the 3 names that we're considering to be icons, out of the Kane, Bellingham, Foden trio, if we played a game with Tuchel, one's got to go. The one that would have to go, according to Thomas Tuchel, I'm sure is Jude Bellingham.
Do you believe that, though?
He wasn't even in the last squad.
He's been injured.
But so was Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek was in the squad.
Yeah.
Like it's not true the way that he
weird.
talks. He also, that thing, remember his mother called Bellingham, Thomas Tuchel's mother called Bellingham repulsive?
Yeah.
And you're like, there is definitely an issue. And
something's happened.
I don't like the way that we approach Jude Bellingham. I think, like you, that Jude Bellingham is a superstar. Jude Bellingham is an icon. Jude Bellingham is a player that I love, and I think Jude Bellingham possesses all of the attributes to make England a winning nation.
Carlo Ancelotti, who you will love, was on a show last week. He described Jude Bellingham as Kaka. He said I've managed both, and he is the same aura of Kaka before he got injured, the same level of player, and like that's Carlo Ancelotti. It's high praise, Ballon d'Or winning Kaka. We just need to move past this whole is Jude Bellingham good or bad for England squad. It's like I think it comes down to like he clearly is a bad loser, but you want that.
Yeah.
Like you want that attitude.
Yeah, I agree. Well, also one of the things that England have struggled with is like a winning mentality.
Yeah.
Jude Bellingham obviously has that. Playing for Real Madrid obviously brings with it a winning mentality. He went there in his first season, scored 1 billion goals and won the league and the European Cup in his first year at the club. Yeah, he's a winner.
100%. When he broke into the Birmingham team at 16, there's stories of he was in the first ever rondo training session, nutmegged one of the lads, a 16-year-old. But he didn't do it and smile away. He did it because it was the right thing to do. And then he got absolutely clamped, got straight back up, nutmegged the same player.
Yeah, geezer.
And you're just like 16 years old, but he's just a different. It's a mentality.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, what we can do now, John? Let's try
and
pick a team that is going to win England a tournament.
Yeah. I got my team.
Can we
here.
somehow pick a team that is going to win us a tournament? And I think what we have to do, we can talk about what we know Thomas Tuchel will do. So there are certain things that we just know Tuchel will do. For example, Tuchel will start Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson, lovely little footballer, no doubt, brilliant player. Every time you see him play, you think, God, Newcastle could do with him.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be in my England team, but he'd be in my England squad, but he wouldn't be in my England team.
No.
But he will be in Tuchel, so we can acknowledge what Tuchel will do. Yeah. But let's build the team that we think is correct.
Go on him.
Okay, we'll start at the back. Obviously, do you want Pickford in goal?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What should we do? Let's go left back.
Left back's interesting. Left back, I'm going with Miles Lewis-Skelly. I've said this on other shows before. The performance he put in last season in the Champions League against Real Madrid is the reason I want him to start for England, because that's about as big as it can get. He's 18 years old. He's rocking up with like the Beats headphones, walking around the pitch. FaceTiming his mates at the Bernabeu, and goes out there and arguably puts on like man of the match display. And I think if you can do that at 18 years old in the Bernabeu, you can do it at a World Cup. And I think on top of that, I think he's a fantastic player.
You've obviously got a huge problem with your theory, right? You've got a big Italian Adonis named Calafiori that puts a real dent in this theory.
But he's still getting minutes, and he's 18 years old, and Arsenal are probably going to win a league title. Like, it's not that big of an issue that he's getting rotated. I don't think he needs to play every minute of the Premier League season for the potential champions to get a spot in the England team.
It's an interesting angle. Do you not think that you need to be a starter in your club team, though, to play for your national team?
But yes,
You're going to overlook players that are starting regularly to pick somebody that isn't. Now, I'm not saying it's the wrong decision, by the way. I think that your point is correct.
Yeah.
Playing for Arsenal, being Arsenal's second best defender still makes you better than the other options, is a theory. For example, Mosquera, who doesn't start for Arsenal, would still be Chelsea's best centre-half. So there is logic to what you're saying, but there is also a hole in it. A lot of people will disagree with you.
Well, previous tournaments, I mean, different reasons, but we've took Luke Shaw in left-back, who's barely played for Man United, and he's been an outstanding performer for England for a lot of tournaments.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily think it translates or correlates to, like, you have to play every single minute. I think it's almost good for him. It means he can come out of some games, he can learn, he's behind a fantastic defender, but he's still getting minutes in big, important matches. You know.
What about Nico O'Reilly?
I really like him, but I think it might be a bit too early. I know that's ironic because
playing for Guardiola.
Yeah, I know.
Playing with Bernardo Silva.
He's young as well, but that goal they scored against Liverpool, which started with Riley in the corner flag, and he's holding off the player, and they score off. Oh my God, amazing! Yeah. I think it's probably too early based off of lack of England experience for the lad. So
no, and he's only been a left back for a year.
Yeah,
I'm still inclined to say that Nico O'Reilly could be the answer, only because I would completely agree, by the way, that Lewis Skelly was the answer. If Lewis Skelly was playing regularly. If Lewis Skelly was starting for Arsenal, it's Lewis Skelly hands down. But it would be like, say I said to you now, say I said to you, Ben White right back, or even Trent Alexander-Arnold right back. I feel like it's such a holy thing, not holy as in religious, but such a holy theory full of holes. Like it
holy theory.
A holy theory, yeah. It doesn't ring true to me.
But what if Arsenal go on to win a Champions League in the Premier League, and he's played 45 games during that run? Yeah, it's better than, let's say, Lewis Hall at Newcastle.
He plays every week. Yeah,
plays every week.
Kieran Trippier, who plays every week. Yeah, I agree.
For a mid-table.
Okay,
team.
let's go with Lewis Skelly left back then.
Yeah,
let's go with Lewis Skelly left back.
Livramento.
I think Lewis Skelly's a better player.
Do you? I think Livramento has.
Newcastle are in trouble, man. We can't be picking players from.
He's
relegation
injured, yeah, but he's been injured. I think Livramento does give maybe the best balance up and down that wing, attacking, defending.
Do you ever think that there's any truth in this theory that I'm about to put to you? Some players, and I say this with a compliment, I would love to be what I'm about to describe. What I'm about to describe is going to sound a bit snide, but just for the record, I have nothing but admiration for players like this. I would love to be this. But there is such a thing as just a good Premier League footballer. You're not an international footballer. I mean that with all due respect. For example, I mean in the players playing today, I think James Maddison is a good Premier League footballer. He's no more than that. You know, when people talk to me about, I don't know, Livramento, he's a good Premier League footballer. You know, over the years, Ollie Watkins, a great example. He's just, and I say just, I would love to be this, but he's not an international footballer. He's a good Premier League player in the way that Kevin Davis was a very good Premier League player, but we didn't pretend that he was. We didn't pretend that Kevin Phillips or Kevin Davis were international footballers. They were just really, really solid Premier League players. Kevin Nolan, really solid Premier League player.
But it's quite a holy argument. There's holes to it because Ollie Watkins scored in a semi-final, and if England had gone on to beat Spain in that final, Ollie Watkins is written into English history as in the best squad of all time.
Michy Batshuayi won Chelsea a league.
Yeah.
Right, Michy Batshuayi, he won us a league, so he is written into our folklore forever. But he was rubbish.
But you'd say he was a good Premier League player at the time.
He was he was.
Even if it's a season, even if it's a moment in time, and if Ollie Watkins, I know we're spending a lot of time on that, but if England had won that tournament, he's an important part of that international story.
I think of course he can have a moment.
Livramento could have that effect.
But I just think Livramento is just a wicked Premier League player, but not this international. You know, we bump people up. Lewis Skelly has it. Nico O'Reilly potentially has it. I just don't think that this is a Livramento shot, especially not this season when Newcastle is struggling and he's injured.
Yeah, but I think like you're dismissing the sort of non-sexy picks. That's what I feel like you're doing. Like you need that to win tournament football. You need Elliot Anderson. You need Livramentos.
I've got some very unsexy picks coming up. I was singing TLC.
Go on.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty. No, look, let's go Lewis Skelly.
Lewis Skelly and Pickford.
Lewis Skelly and Pickford. Right back, Reece James.
Yeah,
Reece James fit, he just is, right?
Yeah, again, I'd love it to be Trent. I think Trent's the most talented out of the two of them, but I think with how it started at Real Madrid at the time of recording, it's unlikely, and Tuchel just doesn't fancy him.
And he's not more talented, but that's a different point. Also, Reece James and Thomas Tuchel, they have a relationship, obviously.
Yeah.
They won a European Cup.
Do you think
together.
Trent goes?
No. I don't think he goes. I don't know where he plays for England. He's not going to play right back in Thomas Tuchel's system. The experimental midfielder was a disaster.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think Trent Alexander-Arnold goes. I don't think he does. I don't think he should either at the moment.
Well, not right now, but I think there's a reason he's at Real Madrid.
No, it's difficult with right backs because the answer is Reece James.
Yeah.
And then it's more difficult. But I think Reece James starts. Obviously,
Reece James is fit. Is starting.
Reece James, right? Centre halves, easy.
Gay walks in.
Gay, Stones.
Yeah. Konza. Argument for Konza.
Konza goes because he can play anywhere.
Konza and Gay play very well together.
Yeah, I like those.
But Stones, I agree with Stones because you need that. This back line, James.
John Stones is a world-class centre-half when fit. He's the only...
My concern with like Gahey, Konza and Miles Lewis-Skelly, not so much James and Pickford, is like that lack of big experience, big, like, you know, Arsenal, like massive club, but they haven't been in these big games until recently.
Yeah.
I suppose he's had that start to his career where he's only known that success. But Konza and Gahey, like Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, centre-halves, they've played so well together. Then you put an 18-year-old next to them. If Reece James is out injured, like... there's not that much leadership there. Like it's where I would honestly say this, and I know you're going to go crazy, but I'm like Harry Maguire, like someone who's got that leadership
I'm not gonna go
and
crazy.
Experience, who's like
Harry Maguire in the squad, 100%.
Steadies the shit, knows how to control a game.
Oh,
knows that, you know what I mean?
No, John, you're preaching to the. Sorry, your suggestion there that I'm going to go mad. I'm completely in favour.
But that's why I'd have John Stones there for that experience because you need someone who's just a little bit older. He's been in tournament football a lot. He knows what's going on.
If John Stones was injured, I have absolutely no doubt that Harry Maguire should start for England.
Over Konza and Gahey. So
Gahey is England's best centre-half.
Gahey starts 100%.
Yeah,
so it's
starts.
Stones, Maguire,
Stones
Konza.
is England's best centre-half, but you just can't count on him being fit. So it has to be Gahey. So Gahey on form as a guarantee is the best. But the legend is Stones, right? So you've got to get Stones playing. If Stones can't play, I think it's Maguire next.
Yeah, I think there's an argument for it. I think it's game by game. Like, I think Konza and Gahey can work, but there's when it comes to a big game, Harry Maguire's never let England down.
No.
And he wouldn't.
It's not quite true that he's never let us down. I was in Scotland, but anyway, forget that. But no, I think that we're onto something. So Gahey, Stones,
yeah,
right. The three in midfield. This is now the tricky bit.
So we think Anderson's going to start.
Anderson will start for Tuchel, but that doesn't mean he needs to start for us.
I love Adam Wharton. I absolutely love him, but he hasn't had the experience yet. Really, he doesn't get. I think he come off the bench once for England. That's it. So at the time of recording, it's hard to see him starting in England's midfield.
Yeah,
but I think he's so talented. I think Anderson's brilliant for England.
Anderson is ahead of the queue, though. I probably agree with you.
He's like Wharton is that pivot who I think can control England's midfield for 10 years.
But he's not
got the minutes.
It's not going to be Wharton and Anderson.
No,
and Anderson is way ahead of the queue.
No, yeah.
So
I would like Wharton, but I also have no
we can build our team. Mate, if you think Wharton should be in it, let's do it.
I would go Wharton, but again,
the problem is though you are about to leave out someone huge if you go Wharton. So Wharton's playing at the base of this. Well,
Anderson's getting left out in my.
Okay, so you leave out Anderson.
Leave Anderson.
Okay, so let's hear your three then.
Wharton, Rice, Bellingham.
Okay, so I think you're going to have to leave out. You're leaving out Phil Foden from the team, unless you're playing him in a wing.
Yeah, Foden doesn't start for me.
Yeah. Okay, so you are leaving out an icon.
The thing that we haven't spoke about yet though was doing starting 11, which is great, but like squads win you tournaments. Like you have to think if you can bring on Phil Foden, and I'll tell you now, Cole Palmer's not in my team, but if you can bring Palmer and Foden on to change a game, I think that's impactful and that's important. I'm not big on this whole starter finisher thing.
No, I was about to say
I'm not big on it.
You're not in the right place for that.
I know you hate it. I'm not massive on it myself, but
start your best players, man. Start your best team.
No, not always. Cole Palmer, I think, has more of an impact coming on in the 60th minute, as we've seen against Spain, than in this particular squad, because you can't leave out certain players. I don't want to jump ahead too much.
Cole Palmer, he will be a great player on the 60th minute, but he'd also be a far better player coming on when England aren't losing.
Yeah, of course, but like you can't play them all. You can't have a team. You've left someone big out as well, because you can't have a team of Rice, Bellingham, Palmer, Foden.
No, I have left
Saka,
someone out.
Kane.
But I think I've worked out the full.
Well, let's go to midfield. So my midfield
Can I just
three.
ask you a question? Okay, so what are your three?
Wharton, Rice, Bellingham.
Okay, mine is I've got Declan Rice playing as a 6.
Oh, I don't like it.
But why not? Because he's not. I know he's not a 6. I know he's
not a 6.
But he's a better 6 than Bellingham is at 6. If Bellingham
Bellingham's not going in my 6 either. But either Anderson or Wharton for me. I've gone Wharton to be a little bit like it's the hipster choice, but Anderson I'd be absolutely fine with. Either one of them who can sit and control a game. It takes a level of like discipline, and it's just a whole different position when you then have the powerhouse duo of Bellingham and Rice in that midfield.
A good manager, which I am, and you're clearly not. A good manager's responsibility is to get the best players playing well. Yeah. That's your responsibility as a manager. In fact, if you kind of boil down what a manager's responsibility is, it's this. It's get your best playing well. You cannot have a world where either Declan Rice or Jude Bellingham aren't starting.
No. Declan Rice and George, Rice and Bellingham start. I'm 100% on that. But this is going back to like your boys' days of like Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes. It's like it doesn't work. If you put Carrick there, that lets those two, whichever way you go, whether you go Gerrard, Scholes or you go Gerrard, Lampard, it lets them play. It lets them do what they're best at doing.
I think a better manager than Steve McLaren would have got Lampard and Gerrard playing well
together.
Thomas
Tuchel won you a European Cup.
No,
and he doesn't think this would work. He's not going to play Foden, Bellingham, Rice.
He doesn't like
as
Bellingham.
We know. I don't think it's just personal. He wants to win a World Cup. He's going to play his best players.
Yeah. Okay.
He's not leaving Bellingham out. But
my three. I think Cole Palmer just has to be in the team.
I love him, but he doesn't fit in my
Phil
team.
Foden's nowhere near my midfield. Rice has to start. I'm now struggling between
Rice, Bellingham. So you're going Rice, Bellingham.
See, Rice has to be in. Palmer has to be in. Bellingham has to be in.
It doesn't work. That doesn't have enough balance. It doesn't. Rice is.
You can't have a world where Jude Bellingham's not starting for England. It's wild.
It's your team, mate. You're the one making a big deal of this.
Yeah, but I appreciate your feedback. Does this work? Rice, Bellingham, Palmer.
No. I mean, you'd win games. You'd beat some of the lesser teams.
No, but you only really, in a World Cup, if you think about it, you probably only play 2 teams capable of beating you if you're England.
Mm.
The vast, like, when I was in Qatar, I watched Argentina play Australia. It's a waste of time. Obviously, you could play that kind of midfield, that kind of aggressive attacking midfield against Australia. I went to Argentina versus Poland. I went to England versus Senegal. There was a chasm between the quality of teams. Like when I was at Poland, Argentina, like it was just so easy for Argentina. It was wave after wave of attack. So,
but then
look, ultimately, you're going to come up against France. You're going to come up against France, and maybe you have to amend. But Declan Rice, deep. I know that's not his position, and I know that you're clipping his wings a touch. But Declan Rice doing the role that he's totally capable of doing, which is the Caicedo role.
He's capable of it, but there's a reason Arsenal are top of the league and they don't play him in that position. And they went and signed Zubimendi.
Jude Bellingham just in front, almost an 8, a box-to-box midfielder with the intention on forward attack, with Cole Palmer on a free role as a number 10 helping out.
I just think it lacks that balance that you need. It lacks that. You need Wharton or
I agree
Anderson.
that it lacks balance. I'm kind of saying it and it lacks balance. I know, which is now
you're doing the mistake. You're creating the team. You're a Steve McLaren.
So what do you think then? So you think no Palmer in the starting lineup?
No Palmer, no Foden. I've got.
Is there an argument
Anderson
to play Palmer? Palmer what? No, there's not.
No,
Palmer's not wide.
Because unless he can play left wing, which he can't. So
no. It's
left wing's the only position that you go.
Or you play him nominally as a left winger.
No, I don't like.
And he plays where he wants.
No, because
he's a maverick.
Oh, mate, you might as well just put on Foden as well, then, shall we?
No, but Cole Palmer's better than Foden.
Yeah, but what you do, you're just chucking in Palmer so he can play. So we just put Foden left
But the
back?
reason, but my reasoning for Palmer.
Oh, what are we doing here? We've got to build a team that's going to actually win a game of football, and even if it is.
But my reasoning for Palmer is solid.
Going to struggle.
Like Cole Palmer, every single time he's been given an opportunity when it really matters, has shone. Scores for England in the Euros final in Berlin against Spain. Yeah. Scores for Chelsea in New York City against Paris Saint-Germain. Scores for Manchester City to win them a European trophy, that Super Cup. Yeah. Scores for Manchester City playing against Arsenal at Wembley Stadium. Every time he is given an opportunity at the top level. Like, you know the way... I love Harry Kane. Anybody that watches this channel regularly knows I love Harry Kane. But you know when Harry Kane is given a platform, he often shrinks. The second that you give Palmer is our X factor. Palmer is our unpredictable force. Palmer is our maverick. Palmer is our Gaza. Every single time Palmer has been given an opportunity at the top, he has shone. Yeah, but which is more so than you can say for basically any other England player.
But he's competing against Jude Bellingham. So if you're not a coward, what you will do is build a proper midfield of Anderson or Wharton, Rice next to him, and then you will drop Jude Bellingham to play Cole Palmer if you truly believe he is our...
Yeah, I do believe that he has to play, but I think Bellingham's the same. I would extend the same courtesy to Bellingham that I've just said for Palmer.
They play in the same position.
Not quite.
But they do. In this England team, they do. They will 100% be behind Kane.
Okay, I'm going to put Palmer on the wing and give him a free role.
Left wing?
Yeah. So Saka...
He's never played left wing for Chelsea.
No, but he's a good
footballer.
Yeah. Like, I'm not asking him to play in goal.
But this is like, this is like Foden's better than... But Foden's a better footballer than Miles Lewis-Skelly. Should we put him in left back? What are we doing?
I see the point.
Like, it doesn't make any sense, does it?
Okay, let's do it properly. Let's work it out. So let's go Adam Wharton at the base, Declan Rice as an 8, doing the job that he does for Arsenal, with Bellingham in front, no Palmer. Is that what it needs to be? Or yeah, that's what it needs to be. So
and I think if Bellingham's
Palmer's been injured anyway, so
if Bellingham's having a bad game, if we're a goal down, you bring Cole Palmer.
Okay, so
Cole Palmer's first sub.
Wharton, Rice, Bellingham midfield.
Yeah, or Anderson, Wharton, either one.
Anderson, Rice, Bellingham midfield.
Yeah.
Which means, obviously, everybody knows Harry Kane up front.
Yeah, Saka on the right.
Don't need to be debated.
Yeah. Left wing is England's biggest problem.
2 world-class positions.
You've spent the best part of this video debating that 10 role, but I think left wing's a bigger issue for England. You go Gordon, you go Grealish, you go Foden, doesn't work. You go Palmer, as you said, doesn't work.
It's Jack Grealish. The only problem is we have a slow team.
Yeah, I put Gordon there.
No.
Rashford
more than Gordon.
I think Gordon has that pace. You need someone who gets in behind. You need to stretch games.
Mate, he's just fast. It's like he ain't scored a goal for Newcastle for like half a season.
I watched the final, England-Spain, with you, and it was crying out for Gordon that whole game. Left wing,
but
he's
not the same player now.
Oh, he's not got worse, has he?
Yeah.
He can't. He might not be in good form.
Mate, I'd have Rashford. If we're going pace, you go Rashford. If you want control,
I think if Rashford continues his trajectories on at Barcelona, it will be Rashford. He's scoring goals, he's getting assists.
Yeah, Rashford.
He's looking brilliant.
Rashford,
but you need
Grealish goes.
But I couldn't, looking at this team with Saka, Kane, Bellingham as your sort of attack so far, you can't then stick in Jack Grealish who wants to cut inside, or Phil Foden who wants to cut inside. You need Rashford or Gordon. I want more pace. I want someone who just gets in behind, cutting on your right foot and have a shot. Something that the others don't really do. Saka wants the ball to feet.
Saka doesn't do that.
Kane wants to drop in.
Yeah.
Bellingham wants to get the ball to feet.
Hopefully Kane and Bellingham though might interchange.
Yeah, 100%.
Bellingham ends up as a front man. But
I think that will happen.
Is there a winger who wants to go on the outside, around the outside? Is there one?
It's a bit of. I mean, it's been coached out the game, isn't it? Really, it doesn't really happen as much.
But that's that stretching of the game.
Gordon will do that.
I love Grealish, but Grealish will cut in, won't he?
And this is where you have. If you had Grealish in that team, you have a front four of everyone cutting in. Everyone's in the 10. You've got Bellingham, Saka, Kane, Grealish. They're all in this 10. Defending that, as if you're a better team or a worse team, you just sit there and you go, go on then.
Yeah.
You sit there with
compact,
5 of you and you go, go on, break us down if you just want to do that.
Just to ask, Thomas Tuchel loves Noni Madueke.
He's brilliant, but can he do a job on the left? Not as much, right? I mean, you'd know from your Chelsea days.
The problem is nobody in this England front line makes the pitch big.
Gordon would. If you told Gordon to go out there and run him behind,
he won't give the ball away. He won't do it. He won't make the pitch big because he won't have the ball. Like who?
I just don't think it's about the best. Grealish is a better footballer as is Foden, than Gordon. But it's about what they bring you in the team and the balance.
Okay, so what's our front three? Rashford. I'm going Grealish, and I don't mind it being slow. I'm having a slow front line.
I'm going to go Saka, Kane, Rashford, but I think Gordon has a chance.
Saka, Kane, Grealish, and we'll just be slow. We'll be slow, but we won't ever give the ball away. Think of the control. Think of the control
we'll never get into their box. We'll just be shooting from 30 yards.
No, we'll get in through intricacy. We'll get in through cleverness. And a little bit of brute force in Bellingham.
No. What will happen is, in that exact setting, we will face a team that just plays a low block, we get to penalties, and then we bottle it.
That's the spirit. Thank you very much, JCC.
Well, that's if they take your team. Hopefully, Tuchel's not watching.
Hopefully, he is. Takes my team. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching this. Really do appreciate it. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a like. Please give it some hype points. Really helps us out. And obviously, click the link in the description below. Make sure that you subscribe to JCC's channel. Some fantastic content over there.
And let us know your teams.
Ta-da.